Hello, how's it going? I wanted to start a video talking about the differences between success and failure. It is a thin line between success and failure. To be honest, I believe that a failure is someone who tried, right? But maybe after one or two times, that person just decided to no longer try. They said, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm going to try something else. I'm not going to do this anymore. That is what I consider to be a failure. And if they do that with just about every opportunity that comes their way, then that's what I call a true failure or a chronic failure. The difference between someone who fails and someone who succeeds is a very slight difference. And it is as simple as they both failed, right? One gave up and one did not. And the one who did not give up, that is the one who would be considered a success. I really feel like these two analogies is the reason why we look at successful people like unicorns. Like, where did you come from? Like, what's in you that's not in me, or what's different or just totally contrary about you that that I don't possess. And I think it is as simple as a level of determination, willpower, and the ability just to keep going. See, failure happens to everybody. And I just want to scratch the fact that we all fail, and we fail like miserably, like all the time. And it's okay. It's okay to fail. Um, some people's fear of failure gets in the way of them trying new things. It gets in their way of meeting new people, going to new places, and having different experiences, all because they fear failing. And I think that a failure can become a success. Um, it's just when that switch just switches on to say, you know what, I'm tired of being a failure. Basically, like, I'm tired of like giving up all the time. I'm tired of being defeated. I'm tired of being pushed on my butt. I'm just tired, and I will no longer be that failure. And it's when people make that decision that, hey, you know what? I'm not going to fail again. This is my last time giving this up. Like, and sometimes that's how successful people are made, is because they failed so many times. They have the true conviction now. They say, you know what? I'm not going to fail no more. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm giving my all. And when people get to that point where enough is enough, I'm not going to keep failing, that's when amazing things happen. So sometimes you get people who are just, it seems as if they're just born amazing, right? Like, oh my God, you're great at everything. Like, I mean, I know sometime, even in high school, will come along people who just seem to be extraordinary. Like, y'all just, you're good at track, you play basketball. Wow, you're on the step team too? Like, wow, right? And those are great people because they're conditioning themselves to stick to something and get good at it. Because one thing that we have to realize on our journey to success is that we will not stay at the same skill level of something that we're working on, consistently. So if you're working on anything consistently, whether it be writing, handwriting, typing, whether it's a new language. Well, if you're working really consistently, with you're gonna be at a different spot this week than you were last week, and you're gonna be a little bit more skilled this month than you were last month. And I think that's an amazing thing, but it's also something that a lot of people just take for granted, and they take for granted the progress that they're actually making, and they see it as, man, this is just not working. Well, a lot of times it's not the case, and sometimes it is the case. So I think that careful careful observance, and careful consideration before accepting an opportunity is very important. But even there, even with careful consideration, sometimes people think too long. They do too much research and they never get around to doing anything. So, um, if your opportunity has an example of success, then I think that is a strong factor. I think whether it be a business opportunity, a sportsmanship opportunity, or anything like that, if you have leaders in place that are already successful, and then you can say, well, it's nothing so special about them because there's a lot of people in my state successful. There's a lot of people in this country doing this and making good strides. Well, that is enough to let you know that it works. And as long as it's not against the law or anything like that, then after that, there comes a time commitment that you have to put in. And it's kind of like an initiation to a sorority or a fraternity. It's like, this is the time that you have to put in. If you're like in a field that you have to be licensed in, well, that's like your initiation to the big bucks, right? You have to get the license. You have to learn how to use it. You have to understand the knowledge. So once you evaluate that you're in a good opportunity and that there is an example of success, then it's time to work. And this is where a lot of people fall off and become failures. So it's true. In life, we have people who succeed and people who fail. And we all want to be successful, but the truth of the matter is we all don't have the same amount of grit and just determination to be successful. So, I mean, it's kind of like hair, right? So, like, maybe your hair grows at a certain level and don't grow anymore. And maybe my hair grows and grows and grows and grows. Well, that's kind of how someone's determination towards success can be. Well, one person might burn out um, as quick as they started, or whereas another person might give it a little bit of effort, or maybe even too much effort to the point where they burn out early on and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. I gave it the most. I gave it 2 or 3 days. I mean, I did the most, and they burn out, right? Opposed to someone who says, I'm in it for the long haul. I see the example of success, and I know that I am capable. I know that I qualify if I put in the hard work, and they go on to put in the hard work. They go on to fail over and over and over again, not just on one process, multiple processes, because there's a lot of time there's multiple processes to learning any craft. There's multiple steps in the game, right? So, they fail at starting the race. They fail at keeping their win up. They fail at preventing injuries. If you're talking about sports, I mean, they fail over and over and over again. But it's also ironic that when people succeed, it's like the crowd comes out, right? And it's like the cameras come out and everybody's just ready to glow into these person's success, and then that's where people start looking at the other person as if they're a unicorn, and the other person, I know you've heard it. You might even ask someone like, well, how did you get there? And they say, well, you know what? I just never gave up. Or, you know what? Such introduced me to this opportunity and I just listened to him. And it might sound like it is so simple. And you still at a level of disbelief, like you can't be serious, that's all you did. And a lot of people just stop there. They love to look at people, successful people, as unicorns, and they say, wow, look at what you accomplished, right? Instead of saying, wow, look at what you accomplished. Well, and then you start to evaluate that person. You say, well, it's not too much difference between you and I. Or matter of fact, I might even have more experience here than you do, but you still succeeded. And there is examples of people who look at people like unicorns, but then they say, okay, you know what, I can do it. And they step up. So that's why I say it's a very thin line between success and failure. And a successful person is just the person who failed over and over and over and over again, and never gave up. So I guess the question that I want you guys to answer is, to honestly now, where are you? Are you moving more towards success or failure? I guess you can also answer, are you the type of person who gives up after they try? Or are you the type of person who tries to never give up? So I would really like you guys to leave those answers or something similar below. Just letting me know what your views are on success and failure and people who follow those paths. So do that for me. And don't forget, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. It is going down. See you guys next time.